Question: have I understood you aright, when I say that the solution for all our ill is to put a stop to all recognition and to the vagaries of desire and go beyond it? I have experienced moments of ecstasy, but they drop away soon afterwards, and desires rush in breaking from the past into the future. Is it possible to annihilate desire once and for all? Speaker: see, you want a result. You worship success, and you want to get rid of desire altogether, in order to achieve that ecstatic state. That is, I would like to be happy and ecstatic, and I want to get rid of desire. So, I am inquiring not how to understand desire, but how to get rid of desire in order to achieve that state. Please see the impossibility of this. I want a certain result which I have experienced, and that experience I want to continue, and I cannot continue that experience as long as desire exists, therefore, I must get rid of desire. You are not interested in understanding desire, but in modifying it at a particular stage. That is what is implied in this question. You want ecstasy, and you know you have experienced it, and you know desire prevents it, and so you have this problem of how to get rid of that. You desire that state of ecstasy, that is all. Only you have transformed your desire from secular, parochial, narrow walls to something which you have experienced. So, what are you concerned with? With an experience which is past. Please follow this. If you would understand the whole process you are confronted with, the problem of recapturing a past experience, like a boy who has had a moment of ecstasy, and who, when he has grown old, would want to return to that. You know it is fragmentary because he is incapable of experiencing anything new. What do you mean by experience? You can only experience anything which we recognize. So, what is happening? The me recognizes something as ecstasy and wants to capture it. The very wanting is a process of desire. It is given a name. At the moment of experiencing, there is no naming. Please follow this. Watch yourself in operation, then what I say will have meaning. When something happens to you unexpected, a state of ecstasy develops. In that second, there is no recognition. You then say, I have had an experience, you give it a name. This is all the process of mind trying to give it a name so that it can remember, so that through that remembrance it can continue that experience. For most of us, that is our companion. But to understand desire needs an alert mind and constant watching without condemnation, without justification, constant observation, constant following, because it is never still. It is a movement, and no opposition will be of any use, for it will only create greater resistance in it. When you have an experience which is never recognized, you will see that the so-called experience which you name is not an experience at all, but only a continuance of your own desire in a different form. When you understand desire, when you have really followed it, you have a state of being in which recognition is not present, in which there is no naming. That comes only when the mind is not inviting, when the mind is really silent, not made silent. The mind is silent because it understands, it pursues, and becomes aware of the whole process of desire. When the mind is silent, it is no longer imaginative, no longer verbalizing. That very silence of the mind leads to the state of being which cannot be measured by the mind.